Oh, come on now.
No.
Hey, we're live, guys.
What?
Alrighty.
Yeah, we're live.
Oh, you're like a few minutes early.
A few minutes early. Come on, it's 8 o'clock.
All right, let's get the show on the road because we have lots to cover, and we want to talk a little bit about Troy's gobble gobble. Good evening, everyone. um, Thank you for joining our show tonight. The Satoshi Show is a private consultant research and educational firm specializing in cryptocurrency and helping our audience develop multiple streams of passive rewards. We can help you start a home-based business today, and Troy is going to show you that tonight. So stick around and be excited. We discuss passive and active programs that can be used to leverage your crypto and fiat into 5, 6, and even 7-figure passive streams of rewards while working from home. We educate our audience on how to leverage their capital. While we strive to be entertaining, we have done our homework. My name is David Chandler, and my partner is Troy Rader. Troy is a great communicator, a great partner, and a great marketer, and have built teams in the thousands. He was curious about crypto in 2009, but exploded in 2016 doing mining, trading, running masternodes, and consulted on various crypto projects. So without further ado, my partner, Troy Rader, our trusted crypto Satoshi buddy.
Oh,
Right on. Thanks for that intro, David. David's no slouch. He's been at the very top of half a dozen household name and network marketing and direct sales companies. He's also an IT expert. He runs a team of about 30 IT guys, and when the experts get in trouble, they call him. So he's a good guy to have on the team. I also want to introduce our upline, the cryptonaire, Eric Brown from New York City. Eric.
alrighty. Hey, we just want to say welcome everyone to our Tuesday evening webinar. I want to personally thank the Satoshi Show for making this happen, putting this together for us. I so look forward to this every week because there's so much powerful information we need to share with everyone. But listen, this thing is really starting to grow. It's taking off every week. I want to thank all our new members across the globe. I mean, this is a super phenomenal opportunity, and I just can't wait to hear this information over and over and over. But hope you guys enjoy what you're about to hear. I know this has changed my life. So without further ado, I'm going to pass it back to you, Troy, to take it away.
Right on. All right, guys, I'm going to share my screen and we'll jump right into this. Can you see that screen, David?
Yes, I can.
All right. We are not licensed professionals. We are not financial advisors. All network and referral marketing programs involve some degree of risk. Down at the bottom, the Satoshi Show is for entertainment purposes only. Now, I've got to apologize. I've been a little hard to get a hold of since last Thursday. I've been out of cell phone reception in the Clay Hills of Nebraska. But we came home ready for Thanksgiving. I got the picture on the right. I got my son-in-law. That's his first turkey. And on the left, that's me with probably my 21st turkey. So I've been doing that a lot of years. There's some big gobblers out there, and we had them in our first day. So then we did some cowboying. There's me and my daughter, and there's me riding a horse that got a little bucky. She missed the picture on the rodeo, but we had a lot of fun. Headed out in the hills, did some work. So you say you missed out on the Bitcoin revolution. You know, we all did to one degree or another. You know, some of us made a little bit, but if we would have known, you know, back in 2009, 2010, that Bitcoin was going to 65,000 a Bitcoin, we probably would have bought a little bit at 10 cents and we'd all be billionaires today. But if you didn't do it, don't worry, because you can catch the next evolution of blockchain. And it's the last program you're ever going to need to join. A lot of people are skeptical. They say, how do we know this isn't another one of those companies? Well, there's always risk associated with business, but David and I got tired of listening to people telling us you got to get into this cryptocurrency program or this other one, because when we listened to other people, we always lost money. So we put together a 5-step plan, and we started the Satoshi Show as a research and investigative company. And we put together this 5-step plan that works. We haven't lost money to a program since we've implemented this 5-step plan. Number 1, we validate the company's office and location. Number 2, we validate the company's corporate registration and tax status. Step 3, we talk to the owners, officers, and staff members. Step 4, we confirm the company's attorney and legal advisors. Step 5, we confirm and evaluate the company's income producing activity. And we do that in 3 ways. Is it real and verifiable? Is it sustainable? And does it have the mechanics to allow the average member to quickly replace a full-time income? Now, write these down. We're going to show you where you can start your own due diligence. We're going to provide the links and everything else in the chat here. One more disclaimer: the information provided to you during or after this presentation should at all times be considered general information concerning the technology behind blockchain, cryptocurrency, and the possible opportunities to participate in the opportunities provided by these technologies. Under no circumstance should this presentation be considered as any type of solicitation, investment, or financial advice. The information is provided to you in general terms without taking notice of your specific personal and financial situation. Participation in this project involves risk. The project is on a best efforts basis, and there is risk of loss of part or all of the funds and commissions. Prior results of digital assets and crypto exchange market results are nothing more than a reflection of the past results without being any guarantee of future performance. The attendees, viewers need to evaluate the risks inherent to participating on their own behalf. We suggest you seek the advice of a suitably qualified professional who can help you take the relevant decisions after evaluating your personal and financial situation. So what is the hyper community? Perhaps a better question is, what can the hyper community do for you? The hyper community is able to put your digital assets to work to generate daily rewards and give you incredible passive opportunities. Starting off pretty good, huh? And right now, what I want to do is I want to play a little video. I think that would be the way to kick this thing off, guys. Let's make that big. I've got to share my computer sound, share sound, and optimize.
HyperTech Group is a diversified blockchain services enterprise that utilizes blockchain technology to build a comprehensive, one-stop integrated digital supply chain. With an existing strong technological foundation, the group brings together the resources of its network of listed companies and more than 300 investment institutions, and seeks to make positive contributions to the world via the development of the industry. With the mission of contributing to the world through technological breakthroughs, HyperTech Group has made major strides in driving blockchain innovation in many areas. Since inception, HyperTech Group has remained faithful to its founding mission, expanding steadily in line with its established ecological layout. In just a few short years, HyperTech has grown to become one of the top leaders within the industry. To cope with changing market conditions while staying in line with its long-term goals, the group is proud to launch HyperFund Ogilvy Project, a development plan to build a DeFi, decentralized finance ecosystem that will provide a multifaceted, distributed financial infrastructure for all digital currency users. HyperFund will invest in the incubation of more high-quality projects under HyperTech Group, leading the strategic direction of its financial technology arm, and is committed to make more practical contributions to the blockchain industry. At HyperTech Group, we are firm believers that blockchain can change the world. It can improve our daily lives in almost all aspects, increase efficiency, and reduce the cost of trust. Therefore, blockchain technology should not just be limited to financial applications. With our resources, technical prowess, and strong strategic partnerships, HyperTech Group will build a comprehensive hyper ecosystem and successfully develop products and services that utilizes blockchain technology and infrastructure at their core. These include HyperBC, HyperPay, HyperFund, HPX, HyperMining, HyperTalk, HyperNews, HyperMall, and HyperShow. These products will open up a range of DeFi applications for members that encompass digital currency custodian services, wealth management, digital currency wallets, decentralized exchanges, blockchain interoperability, public and private chains, as well as social and media information platforms. Hyper Ecosystem, building on the foundation of HyperFund, will establish an effective decentralized governance structure, breaking the operational barriers of each platform, and will promote the integration and development of the whole ecosystem. The strongest ecosystem cannot survive without the support of its members, just like how ideas are not realized without execution. HyperTech Group therefore strives to build a global community, setting the stage for mass adoption. At present, projects within the Hyper ecosystem have already carried out in-depth cooperation with more than 100 communities, with more communities in line to join and benefit from its holistic suite of DeFi products and services. The group will move towards the aggregation of the blockchain industry and build a strong and mighty community through the integration of the group's entire ecological layout. Time passes, but HyperTech Group's resolute has never changed. Let us work hard, and together we will build the world's strongest blockchain alliance.
All right, guys. Love that intro. Saves me a lot of time. So we present these passive programs in three ways. What we do is we show we call it the 3 Ps: the people, the products, and the pay plan. And so we're going to start with the people behind this. Ryan Zhu, he's the HyperTech Group founder. Now, he's also the founder of the Hcash Foundation. He's an angel investor in some of the most successful cryptocurrencies of all time. He's a majority shareholder of 5 Australian and NASDAQ-listed blockchain tech companies. He's the founder of the world's largest digital investment bank, Star Capital. He's an early angel investor in Binance and ZB.com. You know, Binance does billions and billions and billions of business every year. I think it's around $1 billion a day in volume, but its first year in business, it did $2 billion in profit. And Ryan Zhu owns a big piece of that. He's the co-founder of the blockchain centers. There was a good article Chris Tremory put up on our Facebook page today. I don't know if you guys have seen this. If you're not on our Facebook group, you know, get on it. It's a private, so you can't just go out and find it. You got to use a link. We'll show you that link at the end, or you can talk to your upline and get it. And one of the moderators will let you in. But there's a lot of good stuff comes on here. I believe that's the article right there on Ryan Zhu. UAE, United Arab Emirates, a hub of blockchain technology. And there's Ryan Zhu. He vowed to introduce blockchain through a number of strategic plans into the finance sector, building working with the banking and the regulators there. You guys can read this article, but he's one of the top 4 players in the entire blockchain world. So we took this link and I pasted it in the chat if you guys want to read it. I'll go ahead and get rid of that page. We're going to move on. Here's a picture of Ryan Zhu with the CEO of Binance. He's an owner of Binance, so an early angel investor in Binance, but there's the CEO. Here's Ryan Zhu with former President Donald Trump. Now, you got to be somebody to take a picture with a sitting president. You just don't walk into the Oval Office and sit down. You got to be invited. He's a player. He's substantial. Here he is talking on Chinese CCTV, China's state-owned media, that broadcast over 1 billion viewers. 1 billion, guys. Here's Ryan Zhu in front of one of his early mining farms powered by cheap hydroelectric power. I got into this because of Ryan's partner, Sam Lee. Now, I saw Hypertech Group or HyperFund back in 2019. It was presented to me, but I didn't get it and I didn't take the time to dig in and do my due diligence, so I missed it. But I do consulting in the blockchain industry, and every now and then I get a call and someone wants me to consult on a project. And I was consulting on a project. They wanted me to help incubate a coin. Incubate means getting a lot of users using a new coin. It also means getting exchanges to host that coin, that cryptocurrency. And I don't have a big enough network for that. So I called up the leader in blockchain technology, a company called Blockchain Global out of Australia. And through that call, I was able to arrange 2 different conversations with Sam Lee, the CEO of Blockchain Global. And so I knew him. I had a good feeling for the guy. I mean, he's a CEO of a company that has clients like Amazon Web Services and Microsoft, and he partners up frequently on new startups with IBM. Just lots of big investment companies. He works with governments. So I knew this guy. Now, that was about a year ago. And about 6 months ago, in October of last year, the cryptonaire, Eric Brown, started calling me up and sending me videos on HyperFund, sending me links to webinars, and he was getting frustrated because I wasn't watching them. So he called me up and ambushed me with several professionals in this industry on a phone call. And so I had to listen. And about halfway through that call, they mentioned that Sam Lee was the CEO or the chairman of HyperFund. And I said, hold on, guys, is this the same Sam Lee that is also the CEO of Blockchain Global? They said, yes, it's the same guy. I said, oh my gosh, why didn't you lead with that? And we wouldn't have wasted half an hour on this phone call. So that's, that guy brought me into the business. I didn't know much about Ryan Zhu. But they suggested I watched the Amazon Prime documentary called Next to Blockchain, episode 6, down in the bottom left. It's called The Players, because Ryan Zhu and Sam Lee are the stars of that. And for 2 hours, I was on the edge of my seat. I couldn't even get up and eat popcorn. They talked about how they made $1 billion, or how Ryan made $1 billion with his early Bitcoin mining using cheap hydroelectric power. And then how when crypto crashed in 2014, that he lost $1 billion, and then, how he made it back. And then about 10 years ago, moved from China to Australia and met up with Sam Lee, and they took $300 million and invested into 200 crypto startups, including 40 exchanges. And several coins, and made absolute billions. And so anyone looking at this thing, your due diligence should start right here watching that Amazon Prime documentary. Someone that has a documentary made about him on Amazon Prime, I don't think they're out to create some kind of a Bitcoin scam and run off with your crypto. They're already billionaires. They've got another agenda here than running off with your Bitcoin, and we'll talk about that. There's a couple clips out of it. Let's talk about Sam Lee. Sam Lee, as we already discussed, is the founder and CEO of Blockchain Global, co-founder of the Blockchain Center, a frequent guest and blockchain commentator on the world's largest media outlets. More importantly, his companies work with some of the largest multinational corporations and government agencies around the world. That's huge. You've got to have that government support. Here's Sam Lee on Sky News. Sam Lee on CNN. I watched that CNN interview. Here's Sam Lee with the Securities and Exchange Commission chairman from the Republic of Montenegro. Here's Sam Lee with the president of Switzerland. I mean, who walks up and talks to presidents? I mean, you've got to be invited. They're not going to invite some kind of, if you've lost money in a Bitcoin project in the past, I guarantee you didn't even know who owned the company. And if you did know who owned it, I guarantee you that he didn't run around with presidents and regulators and governments, agencies, and that sort of thing. Here's a picture of Sam Lee with the Minister of Trade and Investment from Australia. Here's Sam Lee with signing an agreement with Russian government-owned Bank of Foreign Economic Activity. There's Sam Lee with the Ambassador of Indonesia and the Minister of Trade of Indonesia. Down here in the bottom left, that's Sam Lee introducing blockchains. Well, he's talking with a delegation in Geneva, Switzerland. Here he is with a delegation in Bangkok, Thailand. There's Sam Lee signing an MOU with the Danish consulate. Here's Sam Lee with the president of Pakistan, the prime minister of Pakistan, and the federal minister for information technology of Pakistan. Now, I don't know about you, but I never get invitations to talk to people like this. Sam Lee does. I mean, what better chairman could you have? Right here, Hypertech Group CEO, Jaden Wee. He's also the executive director of Collins Star International, which is a branch of Collins Star Capital. And like we said, that's the world's largest digital investment bank. He's the CEO of Hypertech Group. Some of his investment highlights include 19,000% returns, 12,000% returns, 8,000% returns. He spearheaded these projects. He's a guy that you want on your company. In fact, let me back up. People are always asking me, how do we know that Sam Lee and Ryan Zhu and Jaden Wee are actually associated with this company? Well, you just go to the company website. It's easy enough. I'm just going to pull it over here because we believe thehyperfund.com. David or Sally, if you guys could type that into the chat, that would be great. Just scroll down the page a little bit. You're going to see some of the projects here, but you're also going to see right here, Hypertech Group CEO, Jaden Wee. Ryan Zhu, Hypertech Group founder. Sam Lee, Hypertech Group chairman. See, that's the hyperfund.com. If you put a H5 on the beginning of this, then you actually go to the company, to your back office, H5 dot. There we go. Now look at this. You go right to your back office to log in there, guys. So you can't get stronger ties than that. Also, some of the other people we're going to be talking about tonight, they're all listed here. So let me drag this back out of here and we'll get on with the show. If I'm getting a little bit windy, David, you jump in here anytime. I'm going to hurry through some of this stuff. Okay, so who's behind it? 3 companies that are working with and supported by Fortune 500 companies and governments around the world have invested and incubated in some of the most successful blockchain companies in the entire world. And they own more than 40 world-class crypto exchanges and are developing world-class technology that is set to disrupt entire industries. They own about 30% of all the exchanges out there, the cryptocurrency exchanges. And we'll talk about some of this here coming up. Their equity portfolio includes some of the best known exchanges and cryptocurrencies, the most profitable, with a collective market valuation of over 10 billion, that's with a B, US dollars. So we believe documentation beats conversation every single time. So I like to start out with a Yahoo Finance article. And this is also on the AP news service. But you can see all the links. David, if you could put that in the chat, this would be great. Hypertech Group announces launch of HyperFund and the Ogilvy project. So who was there? Well, event attendees included Ryan Zhu, early Bitcoin investor, founder of Star Capital, and founder of Hypertech Group. Sam Lee, chairman of Hypertech Group and founder of Blockchain Global and Blockchain Center. CEO of Hypertech Group, Jaden Wee, as well as Hcash CEO Adam Jerry and CMO Andrew Weslowich, including a lot of others. And you guys can read down through this. Newly onboarded partners include several MNCs and traditional institutions such as PAL Capital, Block Ledger, Horman Capital, and INP. Google some of these in venture capital firms and angel investors. It's incredible, guys. This is a big project. You can read the whole story. We don't have time tonight. Let's see. Let's just roll right on here. So Star Capital, established in 2015 by Ryan Zhu, Star Capital has now become Australia's and one of the world's leading blockchain and cryptocurrency investment firms. They specialize in fintech, that's financial technology, private equity, investment banking, and corporate advisory. They cover all stages of investment from pre-ICO planning to exit opportunities. And the kicker, they have direct support from the Australian and Chinese governments, and you cannot pull something like this off without full government support, and that's what these guys have. Here's some documentation. I like to read articles. Crowdfund Insider. Star Capital to establish 300 million blockchain fund. Now, if you watch that Amazon Prime documentary, you'll see they did it, and they were wildly successful. Here's another one. Star Holdings to acquire Baiwang Group in 100 million US buyout. Well, they did it, guys, and that company has mined it. Here's the significance. Baiwang Group. There's 4 mining farms, cryptocurrency mining farms, that mine 60% of all the cryptocurrency mined in the world. Baiwang Group is one of those 4. Since this acquisition for 100 million, Baiwang Group has mined 15 billion with a B dollars worth of cryptocurrency. It's valued at around $10 billion, that one investment. That's huge. Now, people always ask me, well, how do we know that? Well, here we go. Go to the Bywine Group website, bw.com. Go to the About page. Go down here. It says about the middle page. In 2017, BW underwent a major transformation. The Australian Collins Star Holding fully acquired bw.com. Look at that, guys. So all these articles are right. Monash and Collins Star to sign multi-million-dollar agreement to develop blockchain cryptocurrency. Huge. What is Monash? It's a university, an Australian university that does a lot of research into blockchain technology. Here we go. Collins Star Capital leads 10 million Series A round in Chinese ASIC firm Strong Youth. They own and they're the leaders in blockchain technology, and the firms they buy are blockchain firms. And these chips are necessary to mine cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. One of their coins, Hypercapital, the Australian Government Scientific Board, CSIRO, you guys can look this up, said its new form of blockchain protocol coined the most efficient in the world. Wow. We'll talk about some more of this. I'll show you where to find this just as soon as we get through it. Blockchain Global, founded in 2014 by Ryan Zhu, Alan Gu, and Sam Lee as a finance company that specializes in merger and acquisitions, investment, and tech incubation. With over 80 successful startups, including NEM, which was an Asian cryptocurrency, real popular in Asia, has about a $1 billion market cap. And Tron, that's Justin Sun's company. Most people have heard of Tron, the symbol's TRX. It's got about a $2 billion market cap. It's been as high as 20 cents. Ryan Zhu's companies own about 60% of the NEM and Tron. It's huge, guys. They've got a worldwide presence, over 500 employees, 23 offices around the world, from China to Thailand, to Canada, to Russia, to Mongolia, to Switzerland. Here, I'll just show you proof of that. Here's where you can find proof of that. You just go to the Blockchain Global website. It's easy enough. Blockchainglobal.com. We just scroll down here. Hong Kong, China, Shenzhen, China, Shanghai, China, Suzhou, China, Beijing, China, Perth, Australia, Singapore, Malaysia, Bangkok, Mongolia, Russia, Dubai, Lithuania, Montenegro, Zug, Switzerland, Zurich, Switzerland, et cetera, et cetera. Guys, this is big. Has publicly listed 5 companies on the Tokyo Stock Exchange, the Australian Stock Exchange, and the NASDAQ. Right here's a corporate profile of Blockchain Global, and you can see Sam Lee, CEO, Ryan Zhu, CSO. So we're tying it all together here. Blockchain Global works with some of the largest government organizations and multinational corporations in the world, bar none. We'll talk about our strategic partnership with Hcash and Molecular Future. I believe they've pledged $10 million to this project. What we're doing, we're building the world's biggest blockchain alliance. They want us to build a 30 million member community, and they're willing to pay to do it. These are all wildly successful companies. So what is Hcash? It's the most technologically advanced crypto project to date, funded by government organizations and top global blockchain research universities. We've talked to a lot of these people, Adam Jerry and Andrew Weslowich. I've talked to both of them. I have not talked to the chief scientist, but Dr. Joseph Liu, his claim to fame, he is well known as the godfather of Monero because of his remarkable research in ring signature, which is the theory basis of Monero since 2011. That's a privacy coin, guys, and it's wildly popular. You know, all these guys have long CVs that are involved in the project. They're partnered up with several universities. They've got the right investors. Let's talk about MOF, because right now, as I said earlier, the reason I reached out to Blockchain Global and Sam Lee was to incubate a coin. Well, they incubate coins and they do it through this community that we're building. And we're getting paid in MOF right now while they are incubating it. Molecular Future, it's listed on top global exchanges. So there's no problem converting it back to cash and putting it in your bank account. And there's a lot more you can find on CoinMarketCap. But it's the world's first finance public chain. MOF is building the world's first decentralized financial derivatives exchange, an $8.1 trillion market. Anyone that tells you this isn't a good coin just don't know, because they're already partnered with Blue Ocean Pay, the largest Asian payment network. CEO of the MOF team, again, it's the same person that's the CEO of Hypertech Group, Jaden Wee. CTO Jason Christopher, and of course Ryan Zhu, because he's a billionaire. But the project consultants is really what impresses me here. Stephen Liu, he's a Chinese angel investor, and he's the founder of Eagle Fund. You can Google Eagle Fund and Fortune Group. That's $1 billion investment fund, and I don't think he would put his money in anything that didn't have a high probability of success. Same with Dr. Ho. He's the vice president of the Credit Suisse Bank. That's a top 10 bank, guys. Do you think the president of a top 10 bank would put his money and his name on a project that didn't have a high probability of success? This guy here, Dao Wang, former director of IBM. I mean, really, you see right here, Eagles Fund, right there. Of course, Collins Star Capital, world's largest investment bank. Molecular Group. I mean, there's more investors than this, but it's pretty interesting. So here's the elephant in the room, right there. Elephant in the room. You guys are all wondering this. Why are some of the most powerful people in this industry with enough influence to even shape government policy? Why would they be doing this? Guys, you know, there's no doubt they're doing this. This is a good time to show you where to do some due diligence, because this might be hard to swallow. I know it was for me. But you can go to hypergroup.io. David or Eric or Sally, if you don't mind typing that in there, hypergroup.io. Go down here and click on this orange button that says, yes, I want to learn more. And then scroll down to the bottom of the page here. It says due diligence report. You can watch these videos. That's all right. But go down here to the bottom of the page, click on due diligence report, and then scroll down. There's a lot of stuff here. It don't look like a lot, but we'll see if Ryan Zhu is actually the CEO of Collins Star Capital. So you just click here on this listed companies, number 2, and you're going to be taken to another page. Collins Star Capital. Let's go down here. Registration and shareholder information. And there's a lot of other things you can find out, but just going down here, look at that. Addresses. I mean, this is real government document here. You can see that who's got the founder's share, the class of the share, how many they hold. And you can go down here and see that indeed Ryan Zhu, it's under his Ryan is his Western name. So if you're Googling him and you're getting frustrated on Google, it's because you got to go by his proper name. Zijing Zhu, Zijing Zhu, right there. And he holds the documents and the shares. Same with everyone else in the involved here. You got to go by the right names. You got to know where to look. This is all government documentation. It's you can find anything you want here, guys. You can go down to Blockchain Global. You can go to Hcash Foundation. All the stuff we talk about here, you can prove it here. You can also prove it. We've got a new due diligence site right here. David, if you don't mind throwing this in the chat, the new due diligence, I mean, you've got a excerpt from that Amazon Prime documentary right here. There's all kinds of things here you can go down through here and find out all the websites for Blockchain Global, YouTube videos about it, Colin Star Capital, YouTube videos about that, listening to Ryan Zhu speak and Sam Lee, HyperCash Foundation, lots of YouTube videos. I mean, if you can't find what you're looking at, a lot of information on the Hypertech group community of fintech companies, including Hyperbank and Hyperpay and Hypertech Wallet and hardware and Hyperfinance and HPX, that's the fiat arm. It's all here, guys. You just keep going down through it. I mean, there's a lot of due diligence on this thing. Copy these links. There is nobody gonna refute solid facts. Documentation beats conversation. Have these links, keep them in your arsenal, guys. Keep them in your arsenal, both of these. The hypergroup.io and this new due diligence link right there, updated in February 22nd.
Hey, Troy.
Yeah.
I sent all of those links on there so people can actually go and do that.
Very good. Okay. So let's get back to business. Why are some of the most powerful people in this industry with enough influence to even shape government policy? Why are they creating this company? People say they don't, they're billionaires. Why would they do this? Nobody can get their head around it. Well, what's every project missing? Every great project. That's us. That's users. It's missing users, guys. Any project in any industry always needs users. Without users, whether you are a bank, innovative app, e-commerce store, even government transportation, without people, your product and repeat business, any project is rendered useless. That's exactly what we're doing. We're building the world's largest blockchain community. They want us to build a 30 million member customer base. We've got over 1 million customers using these products already, and over 100,000 members in the Hyper community. So how do we earn our rewards? Through tech incubation of innovative projects in our ecosystem, through free fees and profits from the group's various products and exchanges, through the various financial activities of HC's parent companies, which is, what we've been talking about: Blockchain Global, Colin Star Capital, Hcash Foundation, Molecular Future Foundation, Baiwang Group. On top of a highly profitable crypto portfolio, Hypertech Group is developing a unique decentralized ecosystem that capitalizes on some of the most profitable industries in existence, such as social media, crypto mining, e-commerce news, digital banking, and financial technology. One ecosystem, 9 highly profitable apps, all adding massive value, revenue streams, and revolutionizing the industry as we know it. Guys, a lot of these you can access through one free app. You don't even have to be a member. You can go to your Google Play Store right now or your Apple Store and download the HyperPay app. Just make sure it's got that logo. And through that, you can access Hyperfinance. You can access Hyperbank. You can access HPX. Let's see. You can access the hyper mining right now and get paid for staking your coins in some of the mining. You can make returns of up to 300% through some of the yield farming and DeFi products under hyper finance. The hyper mall's just been recently opened. See if I got it right there. Hyper mall, you can use cryptocurrency. It's a work in development, but you can buy stuff with cryptocurrency, and it's going to be big. And it's a work in progress. It just opened, but electronics. I mean, what do you want? We'll say you want a USB pen drive. Well, hold on. Anyway, I'm not going to spend much time there. They're building an ecosystem. Hyperbank. This is the world's largest crypto bank. I'm not talking about Collins Star Capital, the world's largest digital investment bank. This is the world's largest crypto bank. I mean, yeah, go to the website yourself, hyperbc.com, hyperbc.com. I mean, take a look at it. You've got several things under this bank, but I'm just gonna, because of our limited time here, and I always run over and then I get chewed out from David. Look at this. Mortgage lending. They're already doing it. You know, this other companies say, join us and we're going to build a bank. This company already has the world's largest digital bank. Provide intelligent lending and leverage services for individuals and institutions, and provide exclusive services for users with large deposit and loan needs. Look at that. Value-added investment. Provide a variety of asset management plans with stable returns, from flexible and low-risk current investment funds and proof-of-stake mining pools to significant return fixed investment funds. You can choose the most suitable financial solution for you. I mean, we can go on and on about this, but let's go down to the bottom. Most banks have a headquarters in one country. This has headquarters is in multiple jurisdictions. Look at this. Australia, 50 Queen Street, Melbourne, 3000 Australia. Singapore, 1 North Bridge Road, High Street Center, Singapore. Hong Kong, Tower C, TML Plaza, Tsuen Wan, Hong Kong. Okay, it is a big deal, guys. And it's already in profit. You know, it's already running, it's already up and going. It's not something that's down the road, and it's part of our ecosystem. We can't go through all that. It's just too much. I've got a HyperCard, guys. Why did I get one? Because no withdrawal limits, and you can spend up to 50,000 per day. It's a crypto card. You load your cryptocurrency on it. I bought a new boat with this card, a Sun Tracker pontoon fishing boat for me and David. So anyway, we're gonna be doing a lot of fishing this summer, guys. I'll get you some pictures of it. It's still in, still hasn't been delivered yet, but as soon as it's delivered, we'll. But I used this crypto card to purchase it. That's the point, because it's got a 50,000 per day spending limit. My bank card doesn't have that. My bank card's like 10,000 a day. You know, my Uphold card's less than 10,000 a day. And my BitPay card is, I think, 10,000 a day. So why get involved? Okay. Hypertech Group's reputation. I mean, they're hanging around with presidents and with government regulators and heads of state. Their companies, we went over a lot of their companies, a fraction of them. They have over 300 partners, and they're partnered with Fortune 500 companies. Their vast amount of resources. They can make this happen. They can carry this through to completion. I mean, just the amount of resources behind this project can see it through to completion. Right here, number 3, the ability to get in on the most massive transfer of wealth the world has ever seen. Guys, the experts are predicting that the economy is not getting better. It's going to get worse. Unemployment's going to get worse. Some projections are showing that up to 90% of the world's population will lose everything they have through this financial reset, I guess is what they're calling it. But they're saying 10% will make fortunes unlike anything's ever been seen in history. That's what you can do here. Backed by the world's largest digital bank, audited by a top 4 accounting firm and strong compliance. David and I can attest to the strong compliance. We had to take down all our videos. Top 4 accounting firm right here, guys. These guys audit Collins Star Capital, audit.kpmg.us right there. Top 4 accounting firm. They audit hedge funds. They audit everything. So they're good enough for Hypertech Group. Okay, moving right along. So how do I get involved? Download the HyperFund app or go to the website. I just go to the website. Guys, if you don't know what the website is, just go to thehyperfund.com. Here, I'll show you how to do it. Thehyperfund.com. And you can go down here, you can download the Android app if you want to, but I suggest using the web client login. The iOS app, they're still redoing it. They've got some problems with the Apple app, but the web client login works good. You just hit web client login, then hit new user registration. Make sure you have to have an inviter, put their code in there. That invitation code is their username, their HyperFund username. If they give you a link, that'll usually populate. If they don't give you a link, all you need is their username. Just get their username, and that's all you need. Then you make your own username, put in your password twice, put in your email, make a transaction password. Now, this is tricky because the transaction password has to be 6 numerals, 6 digits, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Hi, Troy.
Yeah.
651.
Holy smokes. Okay, let's get off this. We're going to do a couple other things here, and then whoa, there we go. Okay. Deposit USDT Tether into the app to fund your account. That's a stable coin. Don't send something else. Don't send Tron to your app, or don't send Bitcoin, or don't send Ethereum. You're going to lose it. Use USDT Tether. If you don't understand it, get with your sponsor. They'll help you. You purchase your membership and start benefiting the next day. 2 ways to get involved: as a passive participant or as an affiliate. As a passive participant, you purchase your HyperFund membership and enjoy daily rewards. Now that's stupid simple. I mean, I'm enjoying the daily rewards. That's my thing right there. Enjoy daily rewards. Or you can refer others and accelerate your daily membership rewards. It doesn't get much better. How it works: 1 in, 3 out. Whether you're receiving passive rewards or hyperdrive rewards, for every membership purchase, the maximum of 3x purchase is rewarded. Right now, they're giving 3x. In the future, the company's already told us as they get closer to their objectives, they're going to go down to 2.5x, then 2x, maybe even lower. But the guys that get in on the 3x are always on the 3x until they're paid that 3x, and then you start making 2x. It's still 0.5% a day. I mean, my gosh. I mean, if you want more than 3x, I'm just going to show a calculator real quick that my super genius partner David, the IT guy, put together. We're going to start with $10,000. If you just put in about 10 $1,000 memberships, and again, it's not dollars, it's HU, Hyper USD. It's a cryptocurrency. It's a stable coin. It's really a place mark for the USDT Tether, which is a stable coin. So if you just put in 10,000 HU, you'd get back 30,000 HU. Now, who wouldn't do that? Bankers are all over this. You know, we're getting investment capital flowing into this. hedge funds are looking at this. Some of them are getting in personally. This is just a no-brainer. Put in 1,000, get back 3,000. Now, what if someone wants more than 3 times the rewards? Well, the company pays you every day. And you have the option, anytime you have $50 or more in rewards, you can withdraw it, put it back in your bank account. Or what you can do is you can purchase a $50 membership that can only be purchased with rewards paid to you from the company. So with
Sorry, Troy, it's 50 HU.
50 HU. Thank you. 50 HU, Hyper USD. I got it. Oh my gosh. So with no new out-of-pocket crypto, you are getting, every time you purchase one of these rebuy memberships, you're going to get 3x reward on it. So you take that 50 they paid you and they'll give you back 150. And you do that every day with 10,000 HU at 0.5% a day. That is 50 HU per day. And if you keep putting it in, it's Albert Einstein said it's the 8th wonder of the world, compounding interest. This company doesn't pay any interest, but by using rewards paid to you by the company, it works the same. So let's go down here to 4.7 months, 4.6 months, I'm sorry. 4.6 months, something happens. Instead of making 50 HU a day, you're making 100 HU a day. That's 700 a week. That's 2,800 HU a month that you can cash out if you want to every day. But instead of getting 3x rewards, now you're getting 5x effectively. Look at that. 50,121 HU without talking to anyone, without sponsoring anyone. And what if you took it on just a little bit further, took it down to, we'll say 15 months. 15 months is a really significant deal, because now at 15 months, you're making 10 times as much in rewards. You're making 500 HU a day. That's 3,500 HU a week. That's 14,000 HU a month. Now, that's pretty significant. If you only started with 10,000 HU and now you're making, 14,000 a month. And the biggest thing is, over the life of those memberships, you're making 210,000. 210,000 HU. That's 21 times instead of 3x, that's 21x effectively. And if you go just 4 more months to 19.7 months, which is about a year and a half, now you're making just shy of 1,000 HU a day. And you're 1,000 HU a day, that's 7,000 HU a week. That's 30,000 HU a month. Who wouldn't want that? You started, now you're making 3 times a month what you started with. You're making a 40x return. You turned 10,000 HU into 404,000 HU in a year and a half just by doing the rebuy packages. So we're going to get off this, guys. We got to move on. Now, if you want it faster, if you want it all and you want it right now, you get into the hyperdrive rewards. Now, what this does, they don't pay you any money for going out and sharing this with other people. These rewards are paid off your membership. So your membership is 3x. But if you did nothing, it would take you about 600 days, about a year and a half. It'd take about 6 months to get back, to get 100%. It'd take you another 6 months to make 200%, another 6 months to make 300%, which is great. But we'll say you want that whole thing in 2 weeks. Well, that's what these rewards do. It'll get you that in 3 weeks, 4 weeks, a month, 2 months, depending on how fast you build this instead of waiting 600 days. So, and the reason they do this is because it's legal in all countries. Any company in the world is allowed to give rewards to its members. So you become a member because another member referred you, say, person to person. And so when that other member refers you, now you have the opportunity to get rewards from your membership. And so this is not MLM, because all they're doing is when you bring in a new person, none of that cryptocurrency that person buys their membership with, none of it goes to fund this program. None of it goes to you. That's going to fund the IPO that's coming out in 2022 or 2023. You know, they're looking at a $30 billion IPO. That's huge. And they're looking at it within the next 2 years. We're all going to get free stock. That's the end game, really, right there. But right now, you get paid 20 levels deep based on your downline's daily rewards. And that's paid daily. The VIP rewards are paid daily. The global rewards are paid daily. And we're going to have to hurry this up. Unilevel structure. So here's how the community reward works. Everyone you personally sponsor, you earn 20% of what they earn on a daily basis. Not 20% of what they put in, but what they earn on a daily basis. So you sponsor one person that's earning $10 a day, you're going to earn $2 a day. Over time, that becomes hundreds and thousands of dollars. It sounds small, but it goes big. Yeah.
Sorry, it's HU, not dollars.
Smokes, I've got to do something here. I've got to write it on my forehead. I'm gonna write a HU on my forehead so I can see it here. Doggone it. Okay, so people you don't even know on your second level, you're making 15% of what they make on a daily basis. You know what's screwing me up? 1 HU is equal to $1 US. So you know it's a stable coin. Okay. Third level, you don't even know some of the people on your third level, and you're earning 10% of what they earn on a daily basis. 5% on levels 4 through 6, 2% on levels 7 through 15, 1% on level 16 through 20. Now, obviously, this isn't sustainable. So in keeping, and if they paid it to everybody, it's not sustainable. But the way they've set it up, because the objective of the company is to build a large community of users, which they're doing right now. Over 100,000 members using MOF, getting paid in MOF, cashing it out to Bitcoin or other cryptos, exchanging it, trading it, putting it in their bank account. It creates a lot of use for their crypto that they're incubating. So they're generating huge rewards off us just paying us, because they're getting paid as the price of the MOF goes up in value from more users using it. So anyway, to make this work, you sponsor one person, you get paid 1 level deep. You sponsor 2 people, you get paid 2 levels deep. You sponsor 3, you get paid 3 levels deep. You know, you sponsor 20, you get paid 20 levels deep. It's brilliant. VIP reward, it's based on group volume, excluding your strongest leg. So this is what counts. This doesn't count. Now your strongest leg may change, and then this one would count and these wouldn't. So whatever your strongest leg is, you subtract that volume, all the rest of the volume, you get to 50,000, you get a 0.5% override on your entire organization. You get to 100,000 HU, you get a 1% override. 250,000, you get a 3%, up to 5 million, you get a 15% override. This creates some monster paychecks. I've seen them, guys. What happens if someone is at an equal rank? Well, you get an equal rank bonus. So you get a 1% override on their entire organization. If someone's at a different rank than you you subtract the difference between your rank and their rank, and you get that override. In this case, a 5-star gets 15%, a 2-star gets 6%. So he's the 2-star is getting the override on his whole organization here. The 5-star gets the 9% difference between 15 and 6. If someone's got no rank, you'd get the whole 15% on their whole organization. Incredible. Crazy returns. Global reward. Now this is paid monthly, but it's a very good reward. It's based on new membership sales. 4% of the amount of the new membership sales is going to be taken, and that number is going to be divided between the 2 stars to the 5 stars in this fashion. And I have personally seen checks in the once a month, payments of over 500,000. Not for me, but for our upline. So, okay. So why do we do this? Everything in this ecosystem is structured intentionally with the purpose of sustainability and to build a strong community around innovative projects in our ecosystem and to truly pave the future for the industry. Our ultimate goal is the mass adoption of digital assets worldwide and to transform people's lives through the new digital economy. Okay. So what you want to do is get back with the person who invited you and start earning today. I mean, they're already in, or they would not have invited you. So get back with them. They will be glad to help you get started, to teach you how to do this. If they won't, find a different sponsor. Here's one thing I want to say. You've got to get plugged in. Our Hypertech Group HTG International team page, it's private and closed. You can't just go find it. You got to go to this link, thesatoshishow.com/HTGFB. Get on there. Get on our email newsletter, thesatoshishow.com/HTG email. Get on the Tuesday webinars. Get your team on these webinars because we're going to answer everyone's question tonight. We're wrapping it up right now, and we're going to go to questions. Everyone's questions will be answered. If you want to see the replay of this video, subscribe and ring the bell to the satoshисhow.com/YouTube. We're going to jump into the Q&A. So I'm going to stop the share. And we have got, do we have any hands up? I don't
No,
see.
Troy, you did such a great job. We have no hands up, but just wanted to let folks know that the reason why I interrupted Troy a few times is that we need to make sure that we all follow the new compliance, and they're cracking down on it, and we need to support that to keep the hyper community safe for all of us. Troy, there's some hands now.
Yep, I'm adding these hands. So the first person I believe is Jesse Stouffer. Dr. Jesse Stouffer, go ahead and jump on out here. You got to unmute yourself. Dr. Jesse. Well, down in the bottom left corner.
How's that going?
We can hear you. We can't see you, but we can hear you. If you turn on your video, we can see you too.
Yeah, I'm not sure where that's at. I don't see it on here anywhere.
Bottom left corner, it should have a little video camera.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's black.
Okay, well, what's going on?
I just want to say great job. Sure appreciate you taking the time to do this for everybody every Tuesday night. And we appreciate all your help during the week getting us through things until we get a better handle on it.
Well, I appreciate that. Could have used you out there on that turkey hunt.
Hey, I did have one question which comes up quite a bit. When the 600 days, when the contract, so to speak, when your membership purchase does it actually expire, or what actually happens?
Okay, great question. It's not a contract, it's a membership. And the rewards paid on that membership are paid at approximately 0.5% to 1% a day. So if they were paid at 0.5% a day, it would take approximately 600 days to be paid out 300%. If you didn't do anything, if you didn't sponsor anyone, if you didn't purchase rebuy memberships, if you purchase rebuy memberships, each one of those rebuy memberships is going to take 600 days from the start of those purchases. And so it just keeps going. It just keeps going forever. It doesn't just stop. I mean, like my initial 10,000, I believe is what we started with. We had that back in probably 2 weeks, didn't we, David? Or probably less. We had that whole 300% on that 10,000, that 30,000 back within about 3 weeks because we sponsored people. And so that accelerates the rate at which it comes back. So really, you can't gauge it. If you're working this as a business and helping the company achieve its goals, you can throw those, a lot of the numbers out the window because it happens much, much quicker. So
Yeah.
maybe your membership will be all 300% will be rewarded to you within a few weeks.
I got you. And you don't have to necessarily buy a new membership to replace that one because you're already rebuying every day or as often as possible.
Right. If you're doing the rebuys, then even though your original one has been rewarded to you, paid to you in rewards, all the rebuys haven't been paid to you yet, and they're much more because they're compounding on top of it, so it's going to be bigger. So a lot of people, they'll compound for, we can't say compound, but they'll do the rebuy memberships for 4.7 months, and then they're earning twice as much in rewards a day as what they were in the beginning. And so it only takes half as long to pull out twice as much. So then maybe they'll pull out their principal and a little bit of profit to take a vacation, and then they'll go back to compounding. Some people have a plan to just keep compounding for 15 months till they get up to 20 times, their membership. Or some people go for 19 months and do it, to make 40 times. But there's no right way to do it or wrong way.
That would take me to another question for David. And that would be if in 4.6 months you double up, so are you going to double up again in 2.3 months?
4.6 months you double up, and then you double up again in how many months you said?
You had twice as much, so would you double up again in 2.3 months?
Well, I'd have to run the calculator, but if you run that through the calculator, you'll see. I think Troy mentioned something about 15.3 months. So what's that?
That's a year and 3 months, and that's
Yes.
10 times. You're making 10x on your membership.
Right.
You're making 20x on your membership, but you're making 10 times as much a day as when you started. But in total, you're making 20 times as much after 15.3 months. But you guys have
a scenario. If the guy, let's say he doubles up, but he's making twice as much in 4 months, and in 9 months, he's making maybe 400 a day. So if he starts pulling out $200 a day, and he leaves in $200 a day, he could have the same expectations on those same months and still be drawing out $6,000 a month. Yeah.
Yeah, the numbers work. What I tell people to do if they want to be conservative is, build it. The strategy is to build it as fast as you can, and the goal is to start taking out. So if you come in with 10 1,000 HUs and they owe you 30,000 HUs, they pay you 0.5% a day. That's 50 HUs a day. And you go to 141 days, then you're doubling your HU per day, right? So now you're making 100 HUs instead of 50. So then you can take out 50 and put it in your pocket, and the other 50 you buy another membership, and it keeps on going like that for you. So that's one strategy. Folks, just remember this: when we were talking about 141 days and all that, there's a magic number to start with, and that is 10,000. If you start with 300, don't count 141 days to double. You have to look at the calculator, and they'll tell you.
I think that's great advice to have a focal point of 10,000 accumulated, 20,000 accumulated, and then things start to happen.
Yes.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, that's not to say you can't build a big organization with a $300 membership, because you absolutely can. It's all about how hard you work. If you go out, if you've either got skills as a networker, or you've got a pile of cash, or maybe you got both. But we'll say you don't have much crypto, and you start with a 300 HU membership. Just start sponsoring people and doing rebuys, and you'll be at 10,000 before you know it.
That's the wonderful thing about it. You don't need 10,000 to start, but you can work your way up there in a hurry.
Absolutely. Okay, I believe Louis Nervous is next. Louis, go ahead and unmute yourself and jump out here.
Yeah, how you doing?
Well, blessed and highly favored, but thanks for asking.
Okay. Well, my question is, like, I want to actually put in some more funds, but I'm having a little difficulty with my Cash App. And the question is, do I need to download the HyperFund card to do a withdrawal? Like, if I want to do a withdrawal with the ATM or something of that nature, do I need to download the Hyper card?
No, the HyperCard is separate from the HyperFund. Everything you can do is through a free exchange. What a lot of people do, since we're paid in MOF, is they'll open an account at an exchange like Bittrex or an exchange like Who. I prefer the Who exchange because it's owned by this company, and so we're helping ourselves. So we'll say you open an account at the Who exchange because they accept MOF, molecular future. We're getting paid in molecular future. So you do your withdraw in MOF from your HyperFund back office, and now you exchange it from MOF to Bitcoin, and then send the Bitcoin to your Cash App, and you can do an instant transfer. You can instantly sell that Bitcoin on Cash App for cash, and you can do an instant transfer to your bank account. So that's a fast way to do it, is through Cash App. So it works really good, but you don't need Cash App. You can open an exchange like Uphold.com or Coinbase or Gemini and hook those up to your bank account. And that, you can do a transfer. It's not instant. It's 3 to 5 days to get it in your bank account, where Cash App is instant. So that's kind of the difference between a traditional exchange. But it's a learning curve. Get with your sponsor. They can walk you through that process, and spend as much time as you need.
Okay. Yeah, I need to spend a little time on that for sure.
Guy, crypto's one of the hardest things to learn, but if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. And we're in on the very, very forefront of this thing, the cutting edge. We have to learn it when it's difficult to learn. Technology gets easier over time. But you'll catch on. I mean, we wouldn't be making the money we're making if we didn't learn a few new skills. And it's challenging. So I feel for you, Louis.
Well, you could take that same principle and look at the .com boom. When computers, and the internet and .com, not everybody knew what that was. So.
Absolutely. Okay, I believe Abdul is next. Abdul Rahim.
Muted.
Good evening. You guys are really opening my eyes to some amazing things, and I'm curious too because I had to miss a couple of minutes based on getting my son situated. So the 141 days, does the percentage go up after the 141 days? Only if you're a $10,000 member?
No, no. We were talking about virtual compounding by using your rewards to rebuy memberships.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
once you're a member, a funded member, then you can use your rewards anytime you have $50 or more to buy new memberships. And that's what we were talking about. It acts like compounding because there's no new crypto out of pocket, being put into this
Put
thing.
in. Right. I understand that.
And so it really gets big really fast just by doing those rebuys. And so we were talking about in 141 days, basically, you're making twice as much a day as you were when you started. And so
Right.
then if you started to withdraw, you could withdraw twice as much in the same amount of time.
Absolutely. And then if you want to compound that, you can compound that also to triple that.
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm going to get with my sponsor because he told me to watch and I missed it last week. So I'm on it and I'm definitely I'm really excited about what you guys are doing and I definitely want to become a part of it. So thank you very much for your time and you guys keep doing what you're doing, man.
Right on, Abdul. We're glad to have you here. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Sybil Miles, I believe is the next one. Go ahead, Sybil, just unmute yourself.
Good evening. How you doing?
Blessed and highly favored, but I like saying it. It sounds better every time.
That's right. I wanted to ask you, the HUs. So can we, when you say withdraw, can we withdraw that and turn that back into US money?
Yes. Now the HU is just a place mark that stands for, $1 US worth of crypto. The company reserves the right to pay you out in whatever crypto that they're incubating, which happens to be Molecular Future right now. So
Okay.
when you make a withdrawal, first you exchange it to your HUs for Molecular Future. You're going to be paid out, dollar for dollar in Molecular Future. So you're not losing anything. You withdraw that to an exchange and you exchange it for Bitcoin, and you can put that Bitcoin back in your bank account in a variety of ways.
Okay. And also I wanted to ask, I came in under $1,000, but I was wondering if I could also put another $1,000 in, if that's possible.
Absolutely. Yeah. You can buy as many memberships as you like. There's no rules against that. I had one guy came in with 160 $1,000 memberships. Since then, I had a guy come in with 110 $1,000 memberships. I've had guys buy 100 $1,000 memberships a month for 3 months in a row. I mean,
Okay.
people do whatever they want.
Okay.
The minimum is 300 HU. There is no maximum HUs for you to in the memberships to buy.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay, we got time for one more. I believe it's Sayota Moy. Go ahead and mute yourself, Sayota, if I'm saying it right.
Yeah, you did.
Right on.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, Sayota. Where are you from? Hawaii?
Yeah, yes.
I thought that sounded like a Hawaiian name.
Yeah. Just a question. Would you guys ever consider putting in auto buy button where you just put it on auto and it'll rebuy when it gets to 50?
That's a
Well, I'll
company
answer that
decision.
if.
Go ahead.
No, because then that would make the program illegal in certain countries, because hyper community wants you to control your own funds. So you have to personally put it in because you have the choice at that time, at any given time, if you want to withdraw or you want to rebuy. It's a compliance issue.
Another question. As far as the coin, would it ever? What happens if it loses value? Does that does anything to your membership?
The HU, when Troy's going through the presentation, the HU is hyper unit or hyper USD, which is equivalent to $1. So there's no way for that to lose its value. Now, when you exchange it to MOF, molecular future, then it's like Bitcoin. It'll go up and down. I mean, sometimes, when we got involved back in October, right, Troy? Molecular future was only 15 cents. Right now, it's been hovering between what, 40 and 45 cents, Troy?
Yeah, 40 and 50 cents. It's been a little over 50 cents at a couple points.
Right.
Okay, that's it. Thank you.
Okay, I believe we've got Howard Jesse and Keith Walden. So Howard, jump on out here. Just hit the unmute button on the bottom of your bottom left corner. It should unmute you.
There I am.
Gotcha.
Okay. I was I bought 2 500, but I put one underneath myself. Is there quite a bit of advantage of doing that? And is there some way, do you have a spreadsheet on doing stuff like that?
Troy, you don't mind if I answer that? There's strategies that you can talk with your upline with. It's something that we cannot share here on the show.
Oh,
We apologize. Get with your upline, or if your upline would like to talk to Troy or myself or together, we'll talk about strategies.
Oh, okay. Well, I'd like to talk with you someday about that.
We just can't do that on the show because this show is recorded and it's on YouTube, and compliance has been compliant to us.
Okay. And another thing I was kind of didn't quite understand. When you do what was it called? Put the two joint rewards back together, the two rewards. Can you talk about that either? Too, like if you take the rewards from one and put it into another account, can you do that?
You can't move the rewards. If you've got money, if you've got HUs, if you've got not HUs, if you've got USDT in your deposit wallet, then you can move it to any account you want that's in your upline or downline. It can't be cross-line, so you can move it from your deposit wallet. But as far as your rewards, you can put it into an offset, but then you have to have new deposit of USDT Tether in at least in the amount of 50%. So you can't move it from one to other, but you can actually withdraw it and then put it in another account. If you withdraw it, exchange the MOF back to USDT, then you could make another deposit in another account.
Oh, okay. And the other thing I was really wanting to get into the HyperPay thing, but I found it very hard to figure out how to I'm in there, but I don't know how, I can't get anything to work for me.
Again, that's, something that takes some skill. I'm a high-tech redneck, they call me. And, I'm not very good on a phone app. My 10-year-old grandson can teach me things about that. If you've got a 10-year-old grandson, give him your HyperPay app and he'll be using every function on it in about 10 minutes.
I don't have one. I'm not that fortunate. I don't have one of them, but thank you very much.
You bet, Howard.
Okay. Thank you.
Keith, we're waiting for your wisdom, brother.
Well, guys, once again, good evening, everyone. Troy, David, Eric, and all the guests on the line and members. You guys did a tremendous job as always. I learn something new every time, and I'm just so excited to be part of this process, guys. If you're brand new, just getting started, there are a lot of great questions on this call tonight. I will tell you this right now. You really need to attend the technical training that they have every Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can get the information from your sponsor or your upline. They have recorded trainings as well. But every question that you have has been answered, and it's answered every week. It's a 2-hour training, and they take a little break, and it's kind of intense. But like I said earlier, this is a whole new world. There's a lot to learn here. But the beautiful thing about HyperFund that I like since from the very beginning, I've been involved since December, and that is it's a earn while you learn. So you can still be earning, guys. You don't have to have a clue. Just follow the instructions. Just link up. Work with the community, trust your sponsor, do your due diligence, really understand what you have your hands on. And when you do that, that's one of the things I heard Troy say, don't take their word for it. They did their due diligence, but take the same information that they share with us and you do your due diligence, because that's what's going to convince you. That's what's going to really get you excited while you're going to have a hard time sleeping at night. Like I'm starting to have now. I'm starting to see visions of my sponsor, Eric and Troy, and how these guys are just blowing this thing up. So I really appreciate everything you guys are doing. I do my presentations every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're doing a team training on Thursday night as the team starts to grow. It's just all of a sudden starting to explode. We're on a fast track to professionals, so I'm very excited about that. Hopefully we're breaking that barrier very, very soon, next week or two. So again, thanks guys. Again, thank you, Eric. Again, my sponsor does a fantastic job, and you guys do a wonderful job in this presentation. Thanks again, guys. Have a great night.
Thank you, Keith. We sure appreciate you coming on here. You got some words of wisdom. You'll be VIP 5, probably beat us.
Yeah, he's doing a fan. His team is really starting to take off. Tremendous leader. He has stepped up to the plate. He's doing webinars and trainings. That's how you become successful, folks. Step your game up, and he's doing a tremendous job. Hit expert a couple of weeks ago, knocking at the door pro. Can't wait. And the name of the game, folks, is to produce experts, and your team will explode. Now, you don't have to produce experts because, again, this is a passive program, and you can just do very well passively. So don't think you have to recruit, but this is a phenomenal program. It's working for so many people. I mean, everybody in the community wins. That's what I love about this. Everybody's winning, and this thing is just taking off. And I'm watching the numbers just go through the roof, and it's tremendous, man. And Troy and David, obviously your leadership, you guys have spearheaded this and catapulted this thing to all over the world, and just a tremendous job. And I'm just fortunate to be a part of it. And hey, man, we're gonna take this thing to the moon, this rocket ship. And that's what it is, folks. It's about 10:33. I know David's ready to hit the switch. But anyway, listen, folks, obviously you want to get back with the person that put you on this webinar. Just get signed up. It's free to get signed up. You don't start earning your daily rewards until you fund your membership, but it's free to sign up. I think we did enough due diligence today where you don't have to do it, but we recommend you do that. But anyway, folks, every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, we do this, and we can't wait to see you guys next week. And with that being said, I'm going to say good night. Good night, everybody. See you next week.